is John McLaughlin.
Number 2
is John McLaughlin.
And number 3.
My name is John McLaughlin.
Only one of these people is the real John McLaughlin and has sworn to tell the truth. And now, from Studio 6A in New York's Rockefeller Center, let's meet our panel, acclaimed by critics across the country for his brilliant nightclub act, Soupy Sales, and one of the most talented and most successful Miss Americas ever, Marianne Mobley. The Emmy Award-winning host to Pittsburgh today, John Wade, and our own Tony Award winner, Peggy Cass. That's our panel. Now, the host of To Tell the Truth, Robert Ward.
Thank you. What a great studio audience we have here today. And to you at home and to you out there in our audience who've been drinking heavily, obviously, welcome to Tell the Truth. Panel, it's good to see you. Are you ready to play our game? You know how it's played, don't you? Vaguely? That's all you need.
Oh, yes.
Let's get right down into the problem presented by... No, you may not open it yet, Peggy. Presented by our first team of challengers, all three of whom claim to be John McLaughlin, and you may now open your envelopes and follow along as I read. I, John McLaughlin, am a former Jesuit and ordained Roman Catholic priest. After working for a Jesuit magazine in New York, I was offered a job as a speechwriter for President Richard M. Nixon. I accepted. I became known as the White House moralist and one of the president's staunchest defenders. After 3 years, the Jesuits asked me to resign from the White House job. I did, and within a year applied for a papal dispensation to marry. Within 3 months, the Vatican and the Jesuits consented. Shortly thereafter, I did marry. Today, with those turbulent years behind me, I am the host of a popular radio phone-in talk show and lecture nationally on social and political issues. Signed, John McLaughlin. And welcome, gentlemen. It's good to see you. And panel, these three gentlemen all claim to be former priest and White House speechwriter John McLaughlin. Let's start the questioning with Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 3.
Or for number 3, whoever in your opinion is the real John McLaughlin. And we pay $100 for each incorrect vote, and if our team of challengers completely stump you, they will win $500. Are the ballots all marked, panel?
Yes.
Peggy, who got your vote?
Well, number 3 said Arupe, and I think you'd say Father Arupe, and number 1 said 12 spiritual exercises, and that's not the right number unless he only chooses to do 12. I voted for 2.
Okay. And Soupy?
Well, I worked many years ago in Cleveland, and I worked for a radio station there, and they wouldn't let you in the lobby without a tie. They threw out 3 priests one day. Number 2 knew the morning prayer, or at least he convinced me that's what it was. That was I voted for it.
All right. And Marianne, who got your vote?
Well, I thought they were all terrific. And having a rather limited knowledge of Catholicism, I thought that probably it was number 1.
All right. And John, who got
Okay,
your vote?
well, I happen to have gone to a Jesuit university, and it was Santa Clara, and number 1 said it wasn't Jesuit, and all that money my folks wasted sending me there thinking I was going to a Jesuit. So he could not be the person. Number 2 talked like some of my instructors there, and long. Okay.
All right. Well, now we're going to find out which of these gentlemen is, in fact, a former presidential speechwriter and priest. Will the real John McLaughlin please stand up? Yeah. That's right. Now, before we talk to Dr. McLaughlin, let's find out who our imposters are. Number 1, you got yourself a vote. Would you tell us, please, sir, who you are and what you do?
Yes, my name is Bob Sweeney. I'm sales manager for Buxton Leather Goods.
All right. Number 3, could you tell us about yourself, please?
I'm Gene Burke, Vice President of Doremus & Company, Advertising and Public Relations. I'm married and the father of 3 children.
All right. Now that we know about Watergate and the revelations about Mr. Nixon, do you have any regrets about being his staunchest defender during the White House years?
No.
That's it.
In fact, I'm proud to be associated with the public policies of Richard Nixon. The penetration of China, he gave the 18-year-old the vote, he brought into existence the Environmental Protection Agency. I'm not saying that there weren't moments of stress and strain, there were.
It's
at
one way of
times
putting
with
it.
a wheel of fire, but I'm proud of, as I say, the public policy record of the former president.
Are you still in touch with him?
Occasionally, yes.
You call each other on high holidays and things like that?
Well, we tried to get him to pick me out here today, but he was tied up.
I see. Well, there was only one incorrect vote. We have a very sharp panel. You've won yourselves $100. It's been a pleasure having you on the show, gentlemen. Don't go away. We'll see two of you back on One-on-One. Thanks so much. And we'll be back after these messages, so don't you go away. Thank you.